Hello, hello, hello. Who have we got out there in the void of space tonight? That's right, we're back with another Space Engineers live stream. Let's see. Hello. Right now, it's just me. Hopefully, we will hear from Aaron in just a second here, but I can start us off here, no problem, like the old days. Let's have a look. In the chat, we have a lot of people. We got DHA, we got Tectonic, we got Engineer Coffee, Phoenix Knight, Duke, DeGrock, Code, Naxi, Sniper, Lescav, Josh, Mannix, Ethan, Degonius, Mr. Jokes, DJ, Libor. Ooh, so many. Lexi, we got Even Star, Dead, Dr. Dead, Jordan, MB Exotic, Zemo, Havane, Senator, Fly, and many, many more. Great to see you guys. How are we doing? Another week passed, another week of Space Engineers 1 and 2. So, it has been, we didn't see you guys that long ago, actually. We saw you, hold up, on Monday. So it's been technically 4 days, 4 times 24 hours since the release of version 1.1 on the Steam Workshop. So I'm curious, how have you guys been with the workshop? Have you published your first build yet? That is a big question. The Lonely Zockley. You know what? I'm actually all right because I've streamed now for nearly 10 years. Mostly by myself, but it is a bit weird. It is a bit weird about Aaron. It's probably, I haven't streamed solo on the Keen official channels for, well, a couple of months now, I think. So it is a bit unusual, but it's all right. If Aaron's not around, that's okay. He's a very busy guy. So the plan today is to go through some news. We're also going to look at some of the first builds that have hit the workshop. And of course, we can answer plenty of questions. DeGrock's going for that #1 spot. I see you there, DeGrock. I see you there. Yes. Okay. I see lots of 07s. I also see Renzo in the chat. Thomas. Ulrich as well. Great. How do you publish a blueprint again? Well, it's funny you ask, Johnny. We have a tutorial just for you. It's if you go to the Space Engineers YouTube channel, you should see this this workshop publishing guide, so I can definitely recommend that. If we have any moderators in the chat, we can maybe get that posted. Let's see what else we have here today. Well, we can jump right in. Hold on, I'm gonna do let me check what I got. You know what, let me just see this. We're gonna bring the screen up here. Let's see, game plus host. Okay, that's not working. Screen plus host. Okay, that's not working either. What I'll do is this then. And I will hide this. Here we go. Okay. Well, I already have the game loaded up today. So that's a good start. And I'm also going to do this. I'm also going to punch in. Boom. We are all believers in Space Engineers. So let me start off today. We don't always do it, but I do want to address Space Engineers 1. So let me know in the chat right now. In the last week, have you played Space Engineers 1 or Space Engineers 2? And you can just put 1 or 2 in the chat. If you play both, you can put 1 plus 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So I'm really curious today, because I know there's lots of people who have dived into the workshop and have published. There's lots of people who are mainly playing SE1 right now and are waiting for more features. So let me see where you're at. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1 plus 2, 2 plus 1 plus 2, 1, 0. Space Engineers 0 right there. 1, 1 plus 2, 1 plus 2, 1 plus 2, both 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1. Okay. It's a pretty good mix. So there's a lot of people who haven't jumped into SE2 this week, but well, vice versa. There's people who haven't played SE1 this week. So good to see both of them today. Great. And the main thing is, guys, you will continue to play both for the foreseeable future. there was some, I don't know, really good questions came up on Monday. You know, one of these was, you know, we were asking Marek, like, how long will SE1 be developed for? And it just came in my head. And the summary is, it's kind of up to you guys. What I mean by that is like, you know, like, if, you know, we expect as time goes on, there will be this kind of transition of players from SE1 to SE2 as SE2's features are built out. And then, you know, maybe it'll pass that kind of point of critical mass where, and I think SE1 will, regardless of how long there is heavy development in terms of features and blocks and stuff, I do think there will be, you know, a small team kind of keeping it up to date and so on for even longer than updates. But I mean, heck, if, you know, if it's a 50-50 split and you guys are playing SE1, a lot of you guys are playing SE1 in, you know, some years' time, I think obviously it'll make more sense for the team to kind of keep there as well. But so that's the main thing. We love both games. I know we've only streamed Space Engineers 2 for the last 3 months, pretty much. There's been a lot to cover. We just definitely really want to, you know, we're excited about it, and a lot of you guys are excited about it. So I'm on a ramble here, and Aaron isn't here to stop me. Normally Aaron would, I think, calm me down a bit, but the point I'm getting to, oh look, I can do this. Before Aaron gets here, I can do this. I can replace it with a blue ship, if I have that. Boom. That was me and the ships. What was I saying? Yeah, so SE1 update 106 is still getting closer. It's not very far away, guys. There is some amazing things in it. You've seen some of the blocks that have come. And actually, you know what? I won't talk anymore. You've probably seen it, but let's roll this clip and you guys can see something that was one of the most recent teasers for update 206 for Space Engineers 1. So, this is a quick one there. But the main thing with this is, yes, more proto tech. We heard you guys. With the release of 205 Contact, you guys were big fans of Prototech. In fact, I've seen so many builds using Prototech. So your wishes will be granted in 206 with more Prototech. I don't think we said what that is. Do you guys know what that block is? Or have a good guess what that block is you just saw? I don't think it's in the description or in the title from my memory. So, yeah. So, I did want to kind of again reinforce this before we continue with our SE2 content today. Is that it's coming. There's a lot of juicy content in it, a lot, and for 207, there's it's hard to say even more, but there is even more. It's in terms of like how I'd rank 206 and 207, it's hard to say. But for both the next two updates for Space Engineers 1, you guys are going to be in like disbelief a little bit, I think, especially considering we have SE2 out now and going, you know, at the same time. So be ready. So that was a bit on SE1, and just in the streams in SE1, a lot of people want me to, you know, do showcases for SE1 and, you know, show kind of what people are up to there. So I think we'll definitely do a little switch up as we approach that release, both before, during, and after at 206. Will probably be a lot more SE1 streams, and then, you know, there'll be, we obviously have update 1. What are we calling it? Not 1.2, I guess, because we have yeah, there it is, 1.2 with improved mechanics and interface refinements before we get to modding. So there's some nice things coming, of course, there. Now, there is something that I want to ask you guys. I see some guesses, by the way. Prototech, Warhead, Reactor. So a lot of people, yeah, are feeling good about Reactor. Okay, Prototech O2 generator. Here's a question for you guys, because we've had some really interesting meetings about SE2. and the feedback. You guys have been given a lot of it. We definitely hear the things that are most wanted, and a lot of those things are in progress. I want to ask you guys this. What kind of content for Space Engineers 2 would, in your opinion, you might not be that technical, see as like not, you know, maybe, you know, huge features like planets or something. That's the kind of given. But what are you desperately missing in SE2, even at this stage? You know what's coming. You know we've got survival, planets, water, multiplayer, human NPCs, modding, you know, campaign. Like, there's so much coming. Things that we never had in SE1, and things that or if we did have them, at a level we didn't have. So I'm really curious if there are some features or a block or something, even a setting, you know, a world setting or a game setting that you're like, right now you're like, you know, you're kind of, I don't know, crying out like, oh, I need this, you know? So let me know, let me know if there's some real big griefs that you have. I say, again, planet survival multiplayer are kind of obvious. I think even multiplayer on like a smaller scale, it would be, players would really like. But I'm talking about low-key stuff, low-key things. Let's have a look. Weapons, pistons and rotors and hinges. Better controls, hydrogen thrusters, aerodynamics, conveyors, plate blocks, like mag plates, you mean. More blocks, blocker actions, gas giants, working doors. I hear that one a lot. Aquatic blocks, well, that will come in water. Closing doors, farming, symmetry. Yes, that will be the, I think there should be there in 1.2. I think there's some of these I can't promise, but there's a lot of these improved mechanics, what's already there, and refineries interface refinements with 1.2. So I do know the symmetry thing is frustrating for builders right now. Upgrade modules for more blocks, proper electrical system. Now, some of these things, guys, I would say are still pretty big things. I'm right now, because we know the bigger things, and they definitely are. And I'm just talking about what some would call low-hanging fruits. You might have heard that before, that saying. So we're talking like low-hanging fruits, which would be a small thing, a small addition, but would absolutely revolutionize your gameplay experience playing Space Engineers 2 right now, if that makes sense. More cockpits. Because a lot of these I'd say are nice to have, guys, and I want these. A lot of these things I'm saying I would like to have. I'm talking about things that, like, small thing but big impact, if you know what I mean. I'm just curious here, because I say this because a lot of the bigger things you guys want are in production. They're in the roadmap. You know, we're working on them. So, and you have been leaving these, and we're reading the feedbacks. But the point I'm getting to here is there's always these things that will be these smaller things that can be included in larger updates. And, you know, Marek kind of hinted at a 1.6 update, you know, in between 1.5 and VS2, basically a smaller update that might be containing a lot of the feedback that players have for Space Engineers 2. 2.1 slope. I would put, I don't know, I would put, no. Would I put smaller window? I really would like more window blocks. More window blocks, more armor blocks. I don't know if I would, ooh, it seems easy to do, right? Joystick. Now, customizable keybinds, guys. This is also something that's kind of been confirmed already. This is definitely, right now, there's been a couple of additions that have made people happy, but in terms of a wider feature set for controls, that is also something that, you know, has already kind of been confirmed, and it's just a matter of time, I think. NVIDIA experience support. I think I know what you mean, Rod, because I have it, and it never shows me my FPS in game, and it's annoying. Gears, cogs, ship inventory. Put thrusters on a rock orc style. Chrome and useful clutter, reflecting skins. Armor skins, yeah. 2x1 slopes and my life is yours. I think 2x1 slopes is, you know, I know some people want 3x1, 4x1, 5x1, but I think right now people are already kind of using the stairs like the OG Space Engineers for 2x1. So I think 2x1 is definitely, you know, for those more angular designs. I completely hear you guys on that. Smaller windows? Okay. Well, I'm reading this, and I don't know how many developers are tuning into the stream right now, But hopefully they will watch this back and see some of the things you guys are talking about, because it's very interesting. And we do have the support site. I do say that if you want to give more structured support in a more organized way, you go to the support site, search what's already been reported or suggested to see if you're not going to make a duplicate suggestion. And if it hasn't been suggested, sure, go ahead and make the suggestion. If it has, give it an upvote. That's the best way. But still, sometimes just to give a ram spam of ideas in the chat, I 100% know that our developers have gone through that and have like just kind of had a feel. That's what I'm always doing. Sometimes, yeah, sure, the data's good, the number of upvotes, the whatever it is. But sometimes I'm just kind of out there getting a vibe, getting a community vibe. Like, what I feel like people are always saying, you know? And it might not be weapons, planets, like some of the big things. It's those like things that are always brought up, but they're just not quite as like in your face, if that makes sense. Anyway, on a big ramble here, as I said, Aaron is not here to cut me off and calm me down, so there's no stopping me. So we're going to jump into the Marek's dev diary for this week, guys. Released yesterday, and there's some very, 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 very nice things in there. And on this note, Yapper in Chief. I'll take it. I'll take that title, Yapper in Chief. What was it? 4 days time? What is that? Saturday. I think next Tuesday, mate, we will be having another newsletter. And you guys know in the newsletter, there's always some good content. There's always stuff for SE1, SE2, behind the scenes. So you can expect more 206 teasing. So we're just 4 days away from another weekly newsletter, which I always recommend signing up for. If Anna is there, maybe we can drop the link for that. So let us have a little look. Let's go in here. Always very dramatic music here for Space Engineers 2. Love them tunes. Yeah, you can see my display here and how I have NVIDIA experience, but I never see the FPS on. I think maybe it's because I'm not. No, it's not. I was thinking if it's not in full screen, but still. So here is the news. You guys might have missed it. I know last week when we went through this, people had missed it here. So I'll let you guys see this. Obviously, Monday release 1.1. We are now focusing on VS2 and polishing the last few things before testing already begins the next update, guys. Our graphics team is hard at work on planetary features planned for VS2. They currently focus on improving Flora distance and developing new foliage for a variety of biomes, including high mountain savannas. I mean, need I say more, guys? I'm zooming in as much as I can for you. What do we feel about that? This is just like... And again, if you're looking at SE1 foliage, and you even like this image here, with this image on the top right, and you're seeing how the grass and stuff, you have these like, you have grass, but then you also have like these kind of small grassy shrubs as well. It also looks like there's some like fruit on that tree almost there. So, yeah, this is, guys, this is what you're going to see in VS2. I'm telling you, like, we know the game is beautiful, right? I don't think I've seen anyone. Some people have had some, some feedback, some of it critical feedback. It's okay, it's welcome. But I don't think I've seen anyone argue that the game doesn't look good. I think, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm talking about space, right? Space looks amazing, the lighting, the ray tracing, everything, the shadows. And SE1, like, I think that's, the space is still always been very good. I've always felt that the planets is always been a slightly behind in terms of the visual when it comes to SE1 space and space and planetary stuff. But I hope you guys can witness here that the visual fidelity of SE2 planets is on another scale. So coming down here, that was the foliage savanna. Now we have foliage high mountains here. Beautiful plants. And look at this here. Can you guys see this? Can you see it on the screen? Can you see like the hair? That's not a good word for it. Plant experts, correct me here. When you have like a plant and it's kind of got, it looks like hair. But can you see? That's nuts. I didn't even notice that until I looked at it just here. The sun's behind the plant and you see the stalk, I guess. And it has like this like hairiness, which you can like see the light kind of catching there. Even on this tiny little thing. cilia, plant fur. I'm not. Cilia sounds like a more like a specific word there. So, let's have a look. Yeah, fern. I mean, on the left is like a fern. Well, I don't know. Well, I'm also curious because I'm not a plant expert. Like, some of this definitely looks familiar to like Earth-like, but I wonder if the guys kind of took some like creative liberty in terms of, you know, unique plants, like not, you know, kind of alien plants, but plants that like look like Earth-like, but they're, you know, it's not Earth, is it? So it's a different planet. But I couldn't tell you for sure because I don't. These look like plants you could find on Earth, but I mean the fern I've seen, but the purple little flowers in it, I'm not sure actually. Not silly. Okay, hair's fine. Okay, right. Well, that was some sneak peeks of foliage. Let's scroll down and look at this as well. This is the V-Rage render backend, the Flora draw distance. Now, there's a couple things here. One thing is the distance that it's drawn, which is, you know, it's ideally with foliage, you're not going to render the trees across the whole planet, are you? It's going to be a terrible idea. With any render thing, be it animations, be it, lodding is so key, so that basically, ideally, the foliage trails off in the distance on the horizon, but where you can't really see it, if that makes sense. So, like, you see the trees, there's lots of trees here, and, I mean, maybe I can see the line here, right? It's hard to tell, like, it's from this image is kind of zoomed in, but in an ideal world that you have the distance where, and lodding plus the distance where, like, it just trails off naturally, so that you don't see, like, whether, you know, you've probably seen this in SE1, if you turn the render distance way down at 100 meters, as you're kind of walking around, the stuff is kind of spawning in front of you. So that's one point, and obviously the optimization of that is very important. But I want you guys to look at the density. Are you seeing this density? Now, I bring up Medieval Engineers because Medieval Engineers had beautiful forests, beautiful biomes. It had, you know, palm trees, loads of, you know, the Medieval Engineers planets have always been, you know, I think, in my opinion, I think it's probably widely say, I think the foliage was a step up actually over SE1. I think performance reasons and space and stuff like this. And it was, I remember, you know, walking around this game, and some of the forests were super nice, super immersive, but they were never this dense. Like, you can barely see the kind of forest floor, if that makes sense there. So, yeah, bad for rovers. It's true. Well, Sleed, that's where you're gonna have to engineer, cut them trees down, put in some roads. You know, just like real life. If you want to drive through a super thick jungle, it's gonna be a bad time for rovers. You're gonna have a much better time driving over the savannah lands and dunes and stuff. So, yeah, I think, you know, I get it. This could in itself come with challenges for kind of getting around on the ground, but that's the whole point. You're gonna have to either, if you're living in an area like this, you're gonna have a remote base that maybe you're using kind of, you know, aerial vehicles, or you're gonna be, or maybe you'll dig out a canal, and with volumetric water, you'll dig out a canal, you'll dig up to a lake that's like the spawn in the water, you'll flood the canal with water, and suddenly you have your own kind of canal system that you can travel, and you can, you know, transport resources. I'm just spitballing here, guys, but I'm just saying, can you imagine? And right now it is imagine, but this is the reality of what you will be doing in Space Engineers 2 in the future. This is all confirmed information, if you get me. So I cannot even begin to, I have to calm myself down quite often about the future potential, right? Because yeah, but hopefully these dev diaries and the newsletters, it shows you guys that things are happening, things exist. They're not just some, you know, water's not just some imaginary thing. Like, the team it's very real, and the team are working on it. So let's see what else we got today. So also, here we go. So the guys are also working on dynamic music, and you guys might remember this. Like, basically, depending on what's going on, the music selection will prioritize. Like, if you're doing combat, there'll be combat music. If you're just kind of cruising. So this was in SE1. And also it seems there's going to be unique music for different planets, which is cool. I like that as well, because I think back to some kind of like space RPGs I've played where like you go to a planet, right? And I don't know, what's a good example? I want to say like Knights of the Old Republic or maybe Mass Effect. I can't say for sure, but I'm imagining where you go there and each of these planets has a very specific feel. And I mean, that's the kind of foliage, the weather, the things you find there. But I feel like there probably is some music as well to kind of give it kind of like this. It's all part of that vibe and atmosphere that each place has. So very interesting things there. And I know some of you guys might play music turned off, but many play with it on, and that can really help, again, give your body signals in terms of mood and stuff. So yes. Moving down, we have adding support for emotes and animations. And you can see the inverse kinematics on the character's feet. So this is a big one. It's not a video actually, but you might see like where now, like if you're crouching, your legs might be floating, right? So inverse kinematics is a big one. So your feet are actually on the ground and your engineer's like bending its knee or something to kind of make that. You can see it here, even on this 45. This is pretty steep here. This is like a 45-degree slope. But this could be, you could be having on a 20, there could be a floor that could be 25 centimeters, and you could have 1 foot on the raised section and 1 foot on the ground, and the engineer's feet would be properly on each one. I've seen some of that as well. It's very cool here. So I'll get into some questions in a second. I am kind of rambling my way through this guide, guys, without really responding to the chat, but give me a second. So we're also streamlining our animation tools. So here we go. What more can I say about that, guys? And if you look closely, what is this engineer holding in his hand? I wonder. Animations are a key thing as well, because it comes into so many things. Like animations in SE1, there's not too many of them. You have the emotes, of course, but in terms of, I say superhero landing, but there's a lot of things that suddenly stopping and landing and increasing your speed when running. There's already a lot more animations in SE2. Well, not a lot more if you count the emotes, but like the systems, animation systems are much more advanced in SE2. But also it comes from modding as well. I think anyone who has worked with animations, I can say from an official standpoint, but also from a modding standpoint, in Space Engineers 1, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. So this is going to be key. This is going to be key for just general gameplay, for modders, but also for campaign, the story campaign. That's got to have a lot of animations and cutscenes and all kinds of stuff to make it super immersive and a cinematic masterpiece. So the work starts now. The work has already started, but just another little sneak peek here there. So there we go. We are improving the 3D UI for partial copy selection. Currently, it's a bit confusing with the selection volume is because it's rendered without depth testing. We will enable depth testing and also add more contrasted edges. Look at that. Very nice here. You see the lines. Yeah, the volume is rendered without like right now without depth testing. So this should also help you when you're doing your partial copying, which is going to be very welcome for sure. Yeah, you got it, Dracia. Water's good in real life as well as in SE2. Okay. So, more and more survival mechanics are being added for VS2. For example, here is manual respawn. The block dropped after death is currently a placeholder for the character backpack. Give me just a second. I'm gonna make sure this is looping. Because always kind of ruins the flow. They're always showing some ads whenever you're playing videos in like a window like this, and it's just not very professional. So let me just, now it should be good. Right, here is the manual respawn preview. Do you want to respawn? Very familiar, yes. And then again, that block you see, and well, in this case, it respawned at the nearest med bay, I guess. Yeah, there we go. So respawning Respawning is becoming a thing, guys, because now you can't. And this will be useful even now if this becomes before GPS coordinates. As you know, like, I've got lost in Space Engineers 2 already, and I can't find my way back to the station unless I have spectator save. So this could save some people, but I guess not necessarily if you have a ship that has a med bay, but still. So this is just showing this. Now we have the brown dwarf in the center of the Almagus system. Here's how it will look, most likely look. This is in-game side, it's just the first iteration without any added effects here. So take a look at the brown dwarf placeholder. So obviously you can imagine there'll be some very cool effects on this, but we have the Blender preview, we have the in-game preview, and yeah, this right hand side definitely will be changing. But again, this is showing you guys what the team is working on. So, and then here we are with the developer live stream, and we're right here on the developer live stream. So that was all the news today. Almagus Prime Cinema by Bagel One. That was one of the images. Oh, I think that was the image used. Oh yeah, it's this one. It's this one, I think. This is this image here by it's a cinema, I'm assuming, a cinema room, and it's Bagel One. So, all right, guys. Well, I really hope you're enjoying this sneak peek, sir. And there'll be something nice, I'm sure, in the newsletter on Tuesday. So, just wanted to share this with you guys. And now we can jump into the game, and it's very easy today because we didn't even we can just load up the workshop and see what is being posted. So let's have a little look right now. Hold on, I need to mute this. And here we go. So we can just continue this Polis 1 station. It's top of the workshop. This is no surprise, maybe, that the Keen builds, a lot of the Keen builds at the top of the workshop, but this station is great. Have you guys been using this station out of interest for building and just playing around? Because it's so good. Like the gone blank of the name of the main, like the default creative world is very nice. You have the red ship, you have the green station, but for just like a big, huge space, like this is a huge space for building in here. Yeah, I think this is absolutely magnificent. I get a little bit of like Star Citizen vibes, you know, like the hangar module and all that. When you're coming into a hangar, and especially if you have like a massive ship inside here, like it's very moody with the lighting around the edge outside, but the center section is nicely lit up as well. So, yeah, so I can't say too much about a lot of the things in that blog post, guys, because it's you know, it's all kind of work in progress. There's no telling when some of that will release. Some of it is like sooner than others. Let's see. I'll try and answer a couple of questions though. I'm just going to leave us here. Just a couple questions now, and I want to do some showcase, and then we'll see how we're doing for time, and then we can do a little bit more showcase, a little bit more questions at the end. So if you guys have got some questions, just put in brackets Q or questions so I can see them, and I'll try and address some questions. But if it is like, when is multiplayer coming, or when is this, it's going to be hard for me or anyone, because some of the things, I tell you guys, we have an internal roadmap, we have the plans, VS 1.5, VS2, VS3, VS4, but I think this can still change. This can still change based, oh, not exactly, but like, some things can still be moved around based on your feedback. And if there's a really strong demand for something, more so than anything else, then, you know, we can see our team slightly tangent. Not too much to get distracted, but still. That's why I know I sound like a, you know, what's the saying? I'm just repeating the same thing over again, but the reason, the number one reason, the only reason, in fact, why Space Engineers 2 released in January of 2025 is so that you guys could be involved with this game even from the beginning. And you weren't from the beginning, let's be honest. The game has been in the works for 2 to 3 years now already, so it's not from the beginning. But from from a kind of from a checkpoint, from a chapter where it actually made sense for you guys to get involved in terms of you can already play it, you can already play around with the new building system, and we can build this game together and make it everything that you would want from a Space Engineers sequel game. So, with that said, let me have a look at some of the questions here. With flowing water, when's dinner? Oh, good question. I'm hungry actually. But yeah, anyway, with flowing water, are we likely going to get hydroelectric power? I think there could be a decent chance of this. I can't say whether it will come initially, Flag Magnet, but it's already been spoken about in previous streams how the team are experimenting with pumps, with the dam scenario being our kind of testing scenario for water. In that, there's dams have certain things, right? So hydroelectric power would be, it makes so much sense when you have flowing rivers and dams that you can build and so on as a source of energy. I don't know if we've specifically spoken about it as like a confirmed thing, but you can bet it's considered, or being part of the discussions for sure. And again, if that's something, if it's let's say in a world where it's not there and there isn't any plans for it, I feel like it definitely has been understandably has been spoken about and experimented with. But if it's not there for some reason and the players are like, come on guys, you've got dams, you've got to have hydroelectric power, then look, the team can make it happen, right? It's always about the time, the resources, and the priorities. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question, Flag. Any word on support for Space Mouse for spectator cinematics? I don't know about that, Blaze. It's a very interesting question. I imagine like when the keybinds and controls are even more opened up, you'll have a better possibility of using another device like this. I mean, this kind of goes for like HOTAS and joystick and controllers and stuff like that. And I think that is also something that is expanded controller support is also inevitable. I guess the question is just when. Like a broken record, that's it. I'll use that one again. Rubber duck. Yeah, exactly. Like a broken record, and I will. It's kind of my job actually, just to reiterate and remind the mission, like a robot. Is there a limit to how many worlds can be spawned in one game save? I don't get that question. How many worlds? Like how many worlds you can save? VR again, nice to have. It's not. I wouldn't say it's part of the core gameplay. This would come in future years, I think, if the team decide to go their way. And what I always say about VR for SE1 and SE2 is that there's a lot of love for VR in the Keen Software House team. It's purely about resources and developing features that, at least at this stage, also developing features that will benefit as many players as possible. But don't get me wrong, flying around and looking around your cockpit, I've wanted it for years myself. So you're constantly repeating yourself. Exactly. I don't know how to say that, but it's normal. It's always been that way. Let me have a look. I'll switch to the YouTube chat now. Question. Any plans to add armor skins early? Many SE1 ships rely on these and then unusable without these skins. Skins have already been confirmed. In terms of, and I would imagine there is already support kind of built in, if you see what I mean. Even if they don't exist yet. I could be wrong here, but it would make sense for there to be the texture system to kind of support that. In terms of, I mean, still, there would need to be the UI changes. So sure, like there could be the launch of 1 or 2 skins, right? Before that, before there was like a bigger skin release, but still at the end of the day, like there would be still a lot of work, I think, just to have the skinning, making sure the skinning system works correctly. So the question was, would they come early? I don't have a timeline on skins, but they have been confirmed along with custom palettes and so on. Let's have a look. Liquid metal. So water's the only thing that has been confirmed as like a fluid, I guess, right now. But that Marek has mentioned a few times what that could lead to, that technology. You know, a couple of things that could get people excited is oil or lava. You know, these are things that are not currently being worked on, but these are definitely things that could happen because, you know, the fluids, the liquids, you can change the kind of viscosity, and there's different values the programmers, the team can play around with. So then it would just be more about textures and maybe, you know, effects, environmental effects that different fluids might have. But it's the reality is that it could be possible for sure. The tough thing is volumetric liquids, I guess, in general. Let's have a little look. SE2 stream. I think I'm talking about SE2, right? How long did it take you to grow that beard? I mean, it's pretty quick, to be honest. It's pretty quick. Like it's kind of perpetual right now. But if I went fully clean shaven, it would probably be back in like, I don't know, 3 months, I imagine, or less. Did I just hit oil? Yes, oil. Some of that freedom juice, if you know what I'm talking about. No. Making things out of wood. Yeah, like, that's an interesting one, which I don't have an answer for, because obviously now, you know, we have, like, metal with, like, you know, wood skin, so having, like, a wood, all the skin is almost like having, like, a wallpaper kind of painted onto a metal block. But it would be interesting from, like, a survival point of view if there was different materials for building things. And obviously you're not going to make a spaceship out of wood, but you know, if it was about building some kind of shelter or something, like, you know, that it could be it would be interesting for sure, especially with you know, way more foliage on planets and variety of foliage. Let's have a look. A lot of questions, actually. Damn, it does seem like we could make full question streams, to be honest. Let me see what else we can. Let's have a look. I've seen some people complain that Keen is using the community as free QA testers. Is there some validity to that, or is it the fact that people buying the game are still guaranteed the full finished product and otherwise? I don't think this is a classic argument for, I guess, any early access game, and I don't think it's true in the sense that we have a large QA team, and you know, this team is, I think, the best it's ever been. And the team, you have to remember, guys, it wasn't always a guarantee. When SE2 was being planned, early stages, early access wasn't actually necessarily like the day one, you know, we must do early access. There was a lot of consideration taken into that. Like, you know, how long do we wait? Do we wait until maybe like a beta, or do we wait? So I wouldn't say it's not. It's actually not so much about the testing, because we have even now the automated systems that we have as well for the testing are great. And now sure, don't get me wrong, the community is a massive help, because of course there's a lot more of you and they're doing crazy things. So that is a big help. But actually, the reality is it's actually more important. It's about the actual mechanics, the way the game is, how to word it, like the balance and the features that are there and stuff like that, if that makes sense. It's more about actually how the game is and how it's going to be, rather than the actual stability side of things. That's definitely a thing that comes with early access, and it's great. And that is also why, from even before the game came out, from pre-orders, we are not afraid to say, do not buy this game. Unless, you know, you do want to be a part of this journey, a pioneer, say, you know, from the earliest point possible. You want to get stuck in. You want to, you know, play as soon as possible. You want to see what the team is doing. You want to see behind the scenes. You want to, I think I've already said it all. Yeah, get stuck in and be part of that process. And if you don't, if there's not enough features for you yet, if you're missing multiplayer, if you don't like how the game, if you don't believe us, you might be like, SE2 is never going to happen. Maybe we got the doubters out there. It's everyone is entitled to their own opinion. That is true. But the team is on a mission. They're locked in. They're focused. The team is as big as ever been. The team is as talented as it's ever been. And it's only beneficial to have the community who want to be involved be part of the journey. But it's totally okay if you have your doubts, or maybe not even doubt. It's not even about that. There's a lot of games, a lot of amazing games right now that are coming out. Hell, I mean, just shout out to Factoria. Recently, an amazing new update, which is basically almost like a second game in itself. Came out recently, and I just shout out to them, a fellow Czech developer. Just an example. There's compared to 2013, even there's more amazing games on the market as ever before, and the number of games that release is exponential. So you're spoilt for choice, really, and you may not choose to spend your potentially limited hours of your days when you're finished with work or school playing Space Engineers 2 in early access. That is, and that, for some, and that is totally okay. We'd rather have you guys who are of that opinion join us at a later stage when you feel like there's enough features for you to jump in, have a good old bash over a weekend, and you can feedback then and so on. So I don't know, maybe it's, how to word this, maybe it's like some kind of like how long will this rant continue? It's not really a rant, but if you're tired of me rambling, sorry, Savanta. I'm using this just to, preach the word. The word of Keen. Yeah. The main thing is like that we don't want there to be this pressure that you need to buy it. The game isn't going anywhere. You can join us now. You can join us in 6 months. You can join us in a year. It's totally fine. But we do appreciate everyone who is with us now and is giving us feedback, or already has. So on that note, we'll finish the questions before I derail you more. But we can come back to some questions at the end. So let's jump into the game and actually play the game. Incredible. And we will see what exactly is on the workshop. So I'm going to open my G screen. I'm going to go to blueprints, and I'm going to go to browse workshop. Now let's have a look. Ooh. So I need to subscribe to this one. We got Expanse. Now I've got this in my inventory already, but this might be a polished version. So I'm going to get this great ship here by Grabanton. One of my favorite ships, I think. The party ship. He even gave it a name now. Party ship Dionysus. No, Dionysus. I'm something to this. Town I've looked at. Did we look at this yet? I want to look at this. I think I saw a screenshot of this. This is a Keen ship, I think. That's what I've got. Okay, we got... Oh, holy freaking moly. Currently, this is a 0.9 scale. Not bad at all. Of the UNSC Infinity. Dr. Kraz. Okay, let's load this up. I got all these. I got the Skiff by Indra. Executive Shuttle Mark 1. Runabout Shuttle. All the top... This is the most popular right now. I am following the crowds. What I might do is... Let's have a look. Right, hold on a second. I'm just going to quick scroll here and see how far we go. Oh, wow. Armor palette. Interesting. I've seen this Mandis. This is Dan's. Church Mark 1. Can you sort by least popular? I don't think so, right? Hold on. Oh, what happened there? Oh, it changed. The order changed. Oh, wow. I don't know what I just did right now, but the most popular is now... Am I on page 2? No, I don't know. I must have broke it somehow. Anyway, I wanted to see what was like hidden down the end, you know. Oh, nice. Because remember, guys, we can also turn on these. So we've got... Now we're only looking at modules. So these are all the Keen modules. Let's see what other modules the community's posted. We've got a color palette module thing. Oh, that looks beautiful. I'm going to have to look at this. This looks like a very, very nice passageway. Tanker ship section. Modular gun. All right. Let's have a look at this. Apex class. Apex tug. We've got some more corridors here. Glass bridge. Different Oh, there's a cinema. This is the screenshot. Let's have a look at this thing. This is like a more modular station packs. Look at this. Look at this collection here. Bolt WW's collection by Bolt Industries. These are all walkways. Look at this. A massive collection here. Okay. SE2 for... Well, I have heard... Correct me if I'm wrong. I have heard that... is anyone in the chat tonight playing on Linux? Let me know. Because I have heard so many good things about Linux. A lot of players have been over the moon at just how well SE2 runs on Linux. It's crazy. People are like, oh, I'm running Linux. I'm running like, 4K, 60 FPS. Incredible. Which is amazing to hear because, again, this wasn't a planned thing. Like, we didn't actively... There was a bit of testing, I think, because of, Steam and Stream Deck. And I think it wasn't like the team was actively, against Linux. So I think the team experimented a little bit with Proton. So I think that there's some reasons why it even works as well as it does. And you might remember there was a hotfix. There was a hotfix today, but there was a hotfix a couple of weeks back. That was a hotfix for Linux. Even though we don't support Linux, there was Linux users were having specific, crash or some kind of bug, and the team fixed the thing that was causing that for those users. So, interesting. What is Linux? Rare. Anyway, let me... Oh, the orders... Okay, I'm on module, that's why. So if I turn off this... We're going through most subscribers now. Let's scroll out, see what else we got. I'm not going to select all of them. There's a lot of choices on it. I'm just having a little quick peek. Because... Oh, Drake Vulture. Very nice. Oh, looks nice. Oh, well, this was great. The Worm Freighter was nice. Okay. Imperium Throne Room. I gotta do it. Who's this by? Oh, let's have a look. Alin Gruad. Okay, this should be interesting. We looked at the Interceptor last week. We got... a big tanker ship. Octopus. Passage preview. Passage straight. Hold on, what's this? This is like a combination here. Color palette. Oh, this looks nice. The Peregrine. Titan. Or Naboo. M1. Oh, could this be the first ever Star Destroyer? Venator. Well, it's not quite Venator, but kind of similar to Venator. The Nautilus we saw. Let's have a look. What else we got? We looked at this ship on stream. The Zepio. LA-AT gunship. Colonial Viper. TIE frickin' Tannic. Bright Star. This is nice. I remember this Indy's first ship. Another Falcon. We got the Flyer Mark 1. Ooh. Wow. Just quickly... this is a lot. I could be scrolling for a while now here. Just seeing. Space Kenworth. No way. All right, I'll have to come back. We'll probably come back. See what the ones I've got already, and then we'll come back to see what else we can click on here. Oh, Gallant. Let's see. Let me know if I scroll over your ship, guys. Someone said a hot rod? Bathroom... is this a module? Like a bathroom toilet sink module. That's cool. M&C Razor. Nice. TIE Fighter. I do like this browser in game. You can search, you can see the most recent, most popular. It just needs a couple more filters, like most popular this week and stuff like that, like on the workshop. But it's quite nice looking for stuff in game in this visual sense with just the big thumbnails. Ooh. Okay, we'll come back to this. Let me see what I got then. Hold on. Close. It takes a second to load here. You passed my taxi? Didn't I look at a taxi? Oh, I don't. Was it? There was something last week I couldn't get to spawn. I think it was a taxi. Here. We have got some Linux people in the chat. That's great. Oh look, I got the two. Is that what's that? That $2 taxi? I was already subbed to this one. Some of this stuff was last week, but I couldn't load it in. So let's see. Oh wait, before we go into this, what worlds have been posted as well? Because there was only a couple last week. Oh, okay. So the police station, obviously. I'm not going to go on. The people are wondering what this is. I love how that's the second most subscribed thing. Smuggler's Cave. This sounds awesome. Okay. Star Wars ship collection. Praise Clang. Okay, cargo ship. The Yamato. We've seen the Yamato. Yamato. Oh, Pivot's Light World. I gotta check this out because this is some very interesting experiments showing refraction and stuff like that. That's very cool. So I kind of recognize this one. Police stations. Not tons of worlds. Because I'm really looking forward to seeing some stations, guys. This looks like a custom station. Outpost Draugr. Dva. Yeah, look. Only like 2 pages so far. So we got a lot of world potential. Anyway, I just want to check out that. Now let's come back into the blueprints here. Oh, that's some good water. I'm buying Space Engineers 2 again. Right. Let's start off with this thing because this was a movie theater which we used for the thumbnail of the stream. So I'm curious how they built this. Oh, it's quite big. Oh, hello. I think I'm going to be outside with this one. Oh, it loaded so much quicker. Okay. Oh, it it is. Wait, the light's off. It's a massive, heavy armor cinema here. With these seats, I feel like it's more like I don't know, like it's not a cinema as such, but some kind of like I can't imagine like a massive screen up there, maybe like a Squid Game kind of situation going on, and all these people are on the screens monitoring, and in the middle there's like a massive cameras on LCDs. Maybe, who knows? I mean, that's just something that I know that players have wanted in SE1 since forever. I hope SE2 gets it. So, okay, and in the back here, there you go. Got your little it's like a big theater here. Interesting. And this was by I'm gonna have to check. This was by this can take a second to load actually. I'm curious because I imagine it should basically save the blueprints that you have and then only do this when I'm refreshing it. Okay. By Bagel. That was by Bagel here. Okay. So let's see. And that'll do. I will put them onto my toolbar here so that I can just load them all at once. You know? Rather than having to reopen this page. So let's put the yellow jacket. Oh! Incredible. Incredible. Very satisfying noise as well. Bigger ships take a second tier. Imperium throne room. Loaded very quickly. Modular gun. Oh, this is so good. I've looked at some of these ships before, but oh well. These are the final versions here. It feels like I'm collecting Pokemon. Oh, give it a second. Oh my god. Okay, took a second there. Oh, that was that ship. Hold on, wrong ship. It's still loading, that's why. Do you guys know what I mean? When I'm like, Ender's Game style command complex. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I hear you. NASA control station. Is that... I think that loaded in. It's just in... Oh, I know why. Look at this, guys. So you know in SE1, people always make custom thumbnails, right? Something very nice like this with the text and stuff. But I think it might break the in-game version, if that makes sense. So anyway, Okay, we've looked at some of these before, but I'm just going to load them on. Runabout. Oh, that took a second to load. I reckon the UNSC Infinity might take a second as well. Did that not load? There we go. Oh. Oh. Oh, God. Okay, wait. Big chunk. Loading all them files. Oh, my first ship. 2 people are subscribed to it. Incredible. Well, thanks, guys. No, it was a joke. I just wanted to be on there day one. Right, let's put the... Oh, this isn't now. Okay, now this is just stuff that isn't on the workshop, I think. You guys can get a sneak peek of what's not on the workshop. That's in my personal collection, including some very nice ships. These are on the workshop now, but we have the Mike Angel cruiser. I don't know if he's... I don't think he's pasted it on the workshop yet. Some of these stuff haven't made it on there yet, I don't think. I'll put this here, and then I just want to put these 2 corridors. And that gives us, like, what is that, like, 2 pages of creations to look at. So, let it begin. Oh, I can't see anything. I'll just delete this for now. Right. I will go back inside and place these nicely down. Let's see. Interesting. It's not working. It's probably still loading, that's why. Let me see. Try a small one. Have you guys experienced this yet? I'm wondering if this is like... I put a lot of stuff on my toolbar. I just don't know if it's... It should work. Let's see what I'm missing. What should I might need to do? Maybe I need to put like a block in my hand first. Wait. What's... Okay. Oh, that's fine. Okay. Right. Block placed. Interesting. This is fine, right? Okay. Why is my toolbar scrolling not work? What's the... Oh, why not got the... Change something? Why can't I change toolbars? What's going on? Oh, there we go. I got it now. Thank you. I figured it out. Right. Yeah, still not working here, though. I'm out into space. It's weird. Like, it was working for the first thing. Now it doesn't want to load anything. I could save the game. Back out. Bit of debugging here, guys. Live debugging. But that's why I'm wondering what's not working here, if you get me. Let's see. Because it was coming up. As I was placing them on my toolbar, it was coming up. But I'm wondering if I've overwhelmed it. Because it's taking... Even now, it's taking a second to unload. I think I maybe caused some stress here. Let's see. Still unloading the world. Interesting. Okay. Try play. Yeah, no, that would work. I can place the workshop direct. I just wanted to get everything on my toolbar and then just go to town. But we're having a little bit of difficulty here. Looks like too many blueprints. I did put a lot of blueprints, and some of them are massive. Like, you know, this Infinity and the throne room look pretty complicated. So I could have broken something. It looks like. Maybe what I'll do is I'll restart the game. Hopefully, force ending it won't break it. But I don't know how many of you guys are doing stuff like that where you're loading up like several massive blueprints onto the toolbar. Right. Oh, there's an update queued for Space Engineers too. Another hotfix I missed? Let's see. Maybe just 3 at a time. You were at 10 minutes. Interesting, Liboy. Okay, interesting. The best is to load the whole world file, like say with that ship, it's faster. Yeah. And, you know, Is it a little bit inconvenient right now? Yeah, it is, but that's okay. Like it's when it comes to optimization, like already, like the loading of blueprints and stuff like that is way quicker than in the first release, guys. Like it took ages to load a ship, even local ship. So I have full faith the guys will optimize this kind of thing. But now weird things are happening. Huh. What have I broken? I can't click onto the game. Alright. Just alpha thing. Apparently, yeah, strange. That was weird. I couldn't actually like click on the next button. Alright, maybe I was, because I was alt-tabbed and I loaded it up. Let's see. There's good evidence. We also, developers also run into issues. I won't touch anything this time. It took a minute. I know. So hopefully you guys have seen already the improvements. Working now? What? What have I done? I can't click at anything. That's not good. So apparently, oh, unless it was that update that just went through. That's nuts. So whatever I've done, I can't actually get back in. Oh no. Anyone had this before? Apparently force exiting the game broke something. I'm in. Okay, give it a second. Sometimes you just need a little bit of patience, guys. I guess it was loading something in the background. Right, in that case, let's go for take 2. Maybe there was some background process happening. Got ahead of the game, but I don't remember it being like that. But you've been banned, apparently. You have to wait for it to load. Okay. I guess I just didn't notice it before. But right, let's see. 3, 2, 1. Let's go for the small one. 6. Hey, there we go. It worked. So I think it was just I overwhelmed the game because it shouldn't happen, for the record. But just because I was just trying to paste in so much stuff at one go. Now it's nice, everything's working, and I've got my very first... Wow. Look at this. How many of you guys are building turrets like this? I know the wait for turrets is going to be... is challenging. I know you guys already want to shoot and blow stuff up, but some of those ships are asking for weapons to be placed on them, so... This is nice that this has already been done. One thing I failed at was getting the names of the community people when as I was clicking on these builds. So I have to do that now. You shall not load. Apparently. But even blueprints and SE1 have gone changes. There was times we had to wait longer and then they made it quicker and so on. So if I click on this. This is by Dutchy. So the modular gun by Dutchy. Right. Next up, let us do this taxi. See if it works this time. Yeah, see, this taxi, I don't know. This taxi didn't work for me last week. And you see it has the pacing thing. So I don't know if this taxi's bugged out. Because I remember trying to pace it last week. Let me try another ship then. Let's try number 3. Yeah, see, 3 works. So the thing is, I don't know if the taxi creator... The same taxi creators in the chat, but little issues with this one, apparently. Now this is a beauty. I think we looked at this one in the past, but very, very, very nice. Again, kind of got that speeder look to it here. Rounded section in the back. Huge thruster and a spoiler as well there. So we can come in through the door here. Yeah, we looked at this one, but it's very, very nice. Woo! Holy moly, that's quick. That noise as well. And sound improvements are coming, guys. See how this handles. I don't even remember hearing sounds like that before, I'll be honest with you guys. I don't know if I've had a ship that had so many thrusters. on such a small build. Like, it has the largest thruster there. Very nice. So we'll take this back and we'll land this. Oh, De Grok. This is the DSI Talon by De Grok. De Grok has been waiting. Well, De Grok, it is a beauty. We have seen it, caught it in the past, but an absolutely incredible build. Very nice indeed. It's the first ship I've got pasted into the hangar here. Look at that. It's times like this with this big hangar in the background. I really feel like I really get like Star Citizen vibes. Huge, huge hangar. And very nice ship here as well. Just launched a walkthrough video of the ship this morning. Love it. Love it, love it. Look at that. I love how it's like landed on its like thrusters here. And you can even walk underneath it. And it has like these, not intakes, but at the back of the thrusters, like these venting here, you see? Like this is superb. It feels very luxury. It feels like a luxury. You know, it's a little bit like a catamaran, like a boat, or yeah. These two front bits. Like when I'm here, I'm thinking like it's like I can imagine this on the water, not with the thrusters exactly, but you know, with these two holes. It's big though. It's a big ship. Like I'm walking around it here. Very, very nice indeed. Right, what we got next? Not everything's gonna fit in the hangar here. So one, I don't know if we've looked at this in game. The yellow jacket. Have we looked at this in game? I know we've looked at it. Oh, no, no, don't do that. Don't scroll. I'm going to break things otherwise. Now, how do you guys get it to... Because I'm having a bit of issues when pasting where it's like sticking to the walls. And I want it to be free. Because that's the risk, right? Everything's unified grid. So I can place this on the wall and suddenly it's become part of the structure. Wow, this is nice. I just fix it by going into open space here. Now, I believe this one was another one of those my first ship. Control... I tried that. Devi, but it was giving me grief, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but wow. Different aesthetic to the first one, for sure, but also very, very nice. And the view, look at the view from the cockpit here. Super sleek. Kind of feels like an Elite Dangerous kind of ship, so that's the vibes I'm getting from this. Hold up, hold up. I'm going to park it right next to De Grok's ship. The collection is expanding. Oh, actually, the ships that I can fit on the landing pads, I might put them there because some of these ships won't. So I'm going to put this. Look at that. Oh, look at like a glove. Perfect. Absolutely spot on. Boom. Look at that, like with you have the center bit, but it's just super streamlined. And even this custom cockpit's nice. Look at this, they got some nice custom stuff on the walls. Very good. If it fits, it frickin' sits. Yeah, fantastic. Right, what else we got? So taxi's a no-go. This we looked at last week as well, so I do appreciate some of these we looked at here, but I will, let me try scrolling. You see, I'm scrolling and I'm pressing control and I'm scrolling towards me, but it's not coming towards me like it would in SE1. So I kind of have to just place it in open space and then fly to it, but maybe that's user error. This is a beautiful fighter. The DSI fighter, right? This is by, is this your, oh, and De Grok, is this yours as well? Isn't it called the DSI fighter? Hold on a second. No, it's not called the DSI fighter. It's called the Ultra Sleek Blue Fighter. I wish it'd be cool to have the player name as well there. I should know who this is by. I've called it out a number of times, but there's too many creations and too many names to remember, but very, very nice as well. Probably park this one like this. Need cameras to line this up. Well, one of the things that you might have heard about, guys, is the kind of auto. Oh, hold on a second. Yeah, I think that we talked about it. There's some kind of like auto parking thing, auto docking thing for connectors. I think there's been a little mention about it. I don't know if you guys have seen it in either in like a creator video that there's been put out there, but there's some very, very nice things also working for connectors that will make it like you know, it's easier. So Rony made his first ship. I need to see it. I must see this. Okay. Now, number 9. Oh, number 9 is pretty big. It's by... Let's see it. Number 9 is by Indrasil. But I think it will take up a lot of space here. Oh, we can... It's kind of thin. So I'll put it... Indra Shipyards. But it's another good ship. So we're a little bit of like on repeat here, but I'm just gonna put this into the hangar. And we're gonna start to need to go out. We're gonna start to need to go outside for some of these, I think. We'll park this to the side, turn the lights off here. Oh, can I fit at the back? Yeah, just. Now, guys, I'm coming back to it again. I have seen a lot of amazing hangars filled with ships in SE1, but I still feel like not quite like this, if you get me. Lock and load. All right. I need more CPU power. You guys can't see it. My GPU is maxed out. Like, I'm running at 4K? Yeah, I'm at 4K right now, so I'm definitely pushing my GPU. But especially when the game's in the window here. Let me go full screen game a second for you guys. I wanted to... Let me see. There you go. Let's enjoy a little bit of cinematicness. Ooh. Wow. I'm telling you guys, I know the game's been out now for already some time, but we're still really early in general, but also the builds that are getting made. Like, look at these ships. I cannot give these creators enough praise for what they're doing in this game. So what we'll probably do is we'll probably... Let's see. You can't see my like wow reaction here. I know. We got more to look at. Hold up. So get them published, guys, because I will be going through the workshop. Like, it's suddenly become a lot easier to check out ships now. So I will be looking at ships to showcase. Right. Let me see the next page, see if we got... Right, the Flyer Mark 1 should fit. It's not too bad. I'm trying to get the ones that will fit in here. Because then I can see the ones that are not going to fit. This is another nice one we looked at last week, I think. It's got the kind of the custom turret. I love the shape of this one. I think it's got the door at the back. I think too big. Okay, we'll put it at the back here. Right. Touchdown. Okay. I'm going to save... This time I'm going to save the world. I'm going to save it now, even. Alright, great. So I just have a nice... I have a nice well full of cool builds to walk around. Have to make some more ships. Do it. Make it happen. Right. Other smaller ships. Number 2 is not going to fit. Number 4 might fit. Number 9 might. Number 3 might. Okay, all right. We got number 4. We got this. We got a runabout here. Let's see how big the runabout is. Okay. I think this is the first runabout I've seen actually inside SE2. Let's have a little look. Wow. Oh, damn. Look at the detailing on this thing. Bit of a light error, don't mind that. It's got interior as well. Fan-frickin-tastic. Look at this. Magnificent. Alright, let's come in. Oh, this is cool. The bridge here, the cockpit. Coming around at the back. Okay, we got the reactor. Oh, wow. Grav jam, we got some storage rooms. Here we got bunks. This ship is weird. Like, this is definitely one of those TARDIS moments. Like, it didn't feel this big. Looking at it from the outside, if that makes sense. But I'm walking around here, and there's rooms, there's a medical. Like, I didn't expect it to have all this stuff inside, to be honest. Right, let's try and. It's pretty big. It's pretty big, actually. So we can land it here at the front. Oh, it's not that fast accelerating. Yeah, needs a bit more thrust, I think, but... Dramatic. Ooh! Oh! Nearly had a little collision there. Alright, touchdown. Alright. This ship is definitely heavier on performance for some reason. Can feel this one. Now it's okay. Interesting. It's like fluctuating a bit here. So we'll see. But it all looks very nice inside this hangar. Look at this. Now imagine multiplayer, guys. Imagine we're on a multiplayer server right now, and you're having... The whole gang has got together for a very important meeting to discuss what to do about the rogue faction that's harassing the server. So the plan is to create a task force to be sent out to go get them. I can see it in my head. I can see like this is like, you know, this is because all the ships look different. It's almost like different factions coming from different parts of the world together to yeah, do something. A little bit of role play there. So let me fly out and let's check out the next builds, because the next build's gonna be too big to fit inside, but that looks so cool, just seeing the hangar from a distance full of very nice ships here. So, what to look at next? Let me go back to the first page. And we'll look at... Let's have a look at this Imperium throne room, if it works. Let's see. I don't know if it's going to load. This is the kind of thing that might be better into a world. Like right now... Kami in space. Oh. You know what's missing from this? It's just like you have the pacing thing at the top, but what you need is like a... Oh. Like a rotating wheel like the old days or something like that. Some kind of moving thing on the screen so you know that it's calculating. It's still calculating, by the way. Oh my god. Right, go on then. Let us see what the Imperium throne room has got to offer. Just thinking about it. I can see there's a ton of detail in this one. I see banners hanging from the ceiling. I can see some little sneak peeks inside. I think I clicked place, right? Okay. But I know it's in cases like this, if you guys, maybe for now, like we'll have to see how the performance is improving, how quickly and so on. But what you guys might want to consider, if you have a really big build, like you see the Yamato, right? Make it a world. Because if you publish it as a world, it will load much quicker, if you see what I mean. So I've got it pasted in now. I just have to get out of this thing here. Right. Now it's in, you know, we're fine, but let's have a look. Do I enter here? No, the other side. So the exterior is very interesting. Big columns. There's a walkway here. Let's just go. On our way to church. The Imperium Church. Okay. Huge windows. Let's see, this is a throne, isn't it? Holy freaking moly. What am I even looking at? Nuts. I am the emperor now. Guys. The level of detail. Look at all the detailing on the roof and the columns. Got little skulls on the columns there. Hogwarts? Oh, I think it's a bit more grand than that. It's a work of art. The banners. Alright, let's have a look around here. I mean, look at these columns. You got 25 centimeter blocks here going on. You've got there's a skull there. You have all these little cutouts. All this detailing. Oh, I just hit the roof. You know when there's going to be pistons and rotors, this will be like swaying banners here. And we get to the roof and there's like all these kind of gold accents here. You got it's a very nice tactic. Heavy armor behind with light armor in front. It makes it pop a little bit better. Got these kind of like skylights here as well. And this is also a crazy view. Look at this view. Greeble City. It is. This is absolutely mad. I got to find out the name of the creator of this build. But I'm in awe. I'm in complete awe of this creator. And this build. The sun shining in. That's just beautiful, isn't it? Amazing. Like, you think about this in like... Think of this in terms of SE1 perspective. This is basically like a massive small grid, if you understand. And I've seen some pretty big small grids in SE1, but I don't think anything quite this big. What was I going to do? I was going to do something. Oh, the creator name, yeah. I missed some of the... Let me get all the creator names that I looked at here, but it's just the problem now is it's so close to being fine, but the problem is you've seen that every time you back out from the build, it reloads this, and it can take a while. I mean, I've got more blueprints than some people have, so I think already it's taking a second. So the Imperium Throne Room is by Alan Gruad. Alan Gruad. Amazing. See, I want to see... I looked at some other builds. I want to see how that Runabout's about, so I guess I'll do it here. I'll be patient. Do the names... Oh, don't worry, guys. Like, I don't do the posts and socials, but the guys, they see this stuff as well. So I also looked at the Runabout shuttle. The Runabout was done by Farlas Varel. So shout out to Farlas Varel. Very nice shuttle there. We had the this ship, which I should know. Is it De Grok again? I don't know. We always like to give shout outs when possible to these creators. It'd be cool if there was like if you hovered over it, it would show you Yellow Jacket Mark 1 by Billy Nye Swift. Billy Nye Swift there with the Yellow Jacket Mark 1. There we go. So the music right now. Oh, hold on. Oh, it ended. But no, this is something else. This is absolutely something else. These aren't all the people that get sacrificed to the Emperor, is it? What are the name of those? What are the name of those people again? I told you guys, I already got into like the more of the lore of 40k. I was like 4 a.m. one day, and I just randomly was thinking, how is this in like? I think the question I had was, how is civilian life, if you can call it that, in the universe of Warhammer 40k, like on Terra or whatever, like. What is the average Joe getting up to? And what I discovered was, because I think it's because I saw this trailer of like a parade on Terra. But what I discovered was pretty dark and pretty. I mean, like all of 40k, there isn't really as such a civilian life. You're pretty much all just, you know, part of the cogs in the machine for the Emperor, and working in the factories, building, I don't know. I forget exactly, but I was like, yeah, that's pretty much what I expected. But for some reason, after all these years of playing Warhammer and painting Warhammer and playing, you know, Dawn of War, all this stuff, I never really, like, for some reason asked myself, like, what are civilians up to in 40k, you know? But it wasn't a great time, to be honest. For the Emperor, exactly. Psychers, that's it. Yeah, exactly. But amazing. So good. I'm glad to have seen this. Some plants are pretty nice until the Emperor arrives to bring them into compliance. Oh God. Yeah, no, I could do like a whole stream where I'm just being educated on this stuff. But it's very interesting. It's a very interesting world for sure. So I'm trying to delete this grid, but that might have been a mistake because it takes almost as much to delete it here. That's probably. Agri planets are probably pretty good. Yeah, civilians are fodder. Yeah, I wonder which race in Warhammer 40k universe has the best life. Like in terms of like, you know, the average member of that race, rather than not necessarily armies, but maybe Tyranids. All they do is just eat and kill, and I mean they don't really get. I don't think they like have many like how to word it, like their mission is just like eat, breed. I mean they're loving it, I reckon. Civilian Tyranids. I don't think that. Yeah, exactly. I mean that's just all the hive, right? So a different kind of happiness, but you know. Anyway, it's just random conversations here. Anyway, let's have a little look. What we got? Let's look at. I will need to wrap it up here, guys. What time is it? Yeah, shortly here. So let's have a look at. I looked at this. Come on a second. Don't worry. In terms of, we'll look at some more that I didn't look at today. We didn't look at the Infinity. We'll do that one next time, I think. And we'll add some more in. Let's look at this number 4 here. Try and clear out the first. Maybe we can try and do this in the KSC. Oh, as long as there's fights, they still genes too. Slanish, of course. Oh, give it a second. It's loading. Space Marines are the best life. They do exactly what they're made to do. Yeah, it's true, I guess. They're like some. It's not what we would consider a happy life, but for what they were like created for. Loving it, I guess. This is an. Oh, what's it? So we have the Executive Shuttle Mark 1. Looks very interesting here. These angled thrusters, and I'm going to get the name right away. At least it's easy to do that. It takes a second, but at least it's easy to find out real quick. And next time on stream, guys, I'll try to yap less and look at more builds, because we didn't look at that many, considering the fact. But so this is by JPX Reaper. Very, very nice. So JPX Reaper with the Executive Shuttle. Let's have a little look. Wow, so it's very smooth on top. It's kind of got these cutouts. Not cutouts, they're just kind of some detailing here. Looks like a nice bridge. Maybe a lower observation deck down here. On the bottom. This is another stunner. Like, it's just... The shapes of this are amazing. Look at that. Super smooth. Super clean. Wow. I like this a lot. I like the thrusters. You have the rear thrusters, because it's kind of triangular diamond pattern. The side thrusters, which are off, look like they're off at an angle. And then you kind of have this sweeping armor layer going over the top of all this. This is very nice. Very, very nice. You got the turrets on the side as well. Wishing and waiting for turrets. Angle thrusters spotted. Yeah, I'm a sucker for angle thrusters. All right, let's go to the back and see what is... Oh, hold on, not the back. Where does one enter this ship? Oh, here we go. So we've got a little room down here. Okay. This is interesting. What's this here? Curious what this is. Well, I mean, what it's supposed to be, I think. Maybe it's like... I'm imagining it's like a... It looks almost like a piston. You see what I mean? There's like a long thing and then an end. And then there would be like a platform that would raise... Like, I'm kind of imagining it's for a future where there would be a platform that would lower. That would be my guess. This creation by JPX. So let's see. So we've got little benches here, some cargo, very nice open interior. A lift, right? Yeah. Okay, wow. Now you can see where we are. We're in the middle of the ship here. Wow, these corridors are going off the side. It's very, very cool, actually. The diagonal corridors. Got the reactor in the middle. The grav gen, sorry. This is... I guess it's unified grid shenanigans. Like, hold on a second. Let's come to the back. Whoa. Okay, med bay off to the side. Manual respawn coming soon, by the way. Coming soon. This is magnificent. Look at this. Gyroscope room, nicely lit. All kinds of buttons, which I'd be scared to press in reality. Got the reactor here. It's very open. Like, some ships are more closed off, but okay, here we go. Look at this. A table here. This is all kind of like engineering back here, right? But the way things have been placed, the larger components like this, and then there's still this detailing. Like, even people do this a lot. You see this? Like, they put like what do you call this in a house? I've had problems in mine. It's skirting. That's it, like skirting boards. I've seen this quite a few times now, where you have like almost like skirting boards around the, rather than it just going straight into the ground. It's funny. It's a subtle thing, but it makes a nice highlight. You have gray, and then like a blue streak around the edge of the room. So I see people doing this a lot, actually, using the 25 centimeter grid system for just doing little lifts and bumps or raised cockpits or whatever. So really, really like the interior of this ship so far. Let's go downstairs. It's a little bit asymmetrical. Let's go downstairs. Ooh, I wonder what this is. Escape. Oh, hold on a second. Well, oh, it's like these are seats, aren't they? It's like a drop ship. It's a transport. It's an executive. It was called the executive shuttle, right? So each one of these is a seat. You got like cup holder, nice big armrest. You know, it's very nice. Then you come to the end, and little observation room. But again, the future. You know this is going to be like a drop down with hinges and pistons and whatever. This is going to be like a drop down ramp, so you can run up the front of the build of the ship inside to this area. I just love the diversity of the interiors we're seeing with the blocks that we have even now, because they're like, again, it comes back to this, they're like large or medium grids with interiors, but you're not limited to those preset interior wall blocks or something like this. Though, there will be more blocks as well. So the reality is you'll be able to mix in armor work, like different armor and stuff like that, but also with bigger blocks. Because I think this room highlights that very nicely here. Like you have a big block, 7.5 meters, 2.5 meters, but then you can kind of add details and embellishments with the 25 centimeter grid system, if that makes sense. So we come off to the left here, which in itself is interesting. There's kind of like cutout here. And you see this run along the side. I love how the light is underneath, creating that kind of, oh, the sun shining through. Creating that underglow. That's super nice work. And again, not possible in SE1. Very nice views out in here. Okay, there's a bunk. This is like a diagonal, interesting diagonal crew quarters here with 4 bunks. You can look out. Oh, that's such a cool view. You can look out and see. I can't zoom in, unfortunately. I can if I do this. No. Oh. If I do this, pretend that I've got. Like, where is it? There we go. Look over there and see the hangar. We need eye zoom soon. Hey, Trinity, welcome. So, let me come out here. Into this room. Alright, we've got... this looks like a captain's quarters, isn't it? Look at this. Ooh, luxury. Double bed. Desk. But there's a lot of like angled walls in this build. Feels like we are like in the belly of a boat or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it's... Belly of a boat? And a shower as well. Look at that. It's a very nice Space Engineers 2 shower. Luxury. Captain's quarters are right there. And then move the front. And we have the bridge. Got a pilot, co-pilot seat. Kind of got like a desk here. Scanning desk or something. Again, seeing this nice overhead button compartment. I'm so freaking blown away already, guys. Right, let's fly it. I'm going to keep saying it, and you guys are going to keep cooking. As it's just... The builds that have been built already are just, honestly, just stunning. So good. So good. I like how they've used... Because we want everyone wants more windows, right? So they've basically used... I think those window sizes are basically windows that are cut off, but we want like windows of this size to do little portholes like that, if that makes sense. So I think this is done... Oh, is that done the way I think it's done? I can't get in there, but... Ah, bugger. Hold on. Yeah. So the glass actually goes underneath the armor there, because as you know, these diagonals are normally like from here down to here or whatever. So they've done a very, very clever thing here to basically make, for now, these kind of custom sized windows that look great, by the way. So this is why I do believe having everything from 25, maybe 20, that's a bit, I don't know how small that would be, but having much, much smaller windows for like portholes on small ships, but so you can also do stuff like this as well. Yeah. It really feels like an exec. The name for this ship matches the vibe, the style perfectly. Very, very nice. It's one of my favorites, I think. Just a lot to comment on. Even the back here near the engine, you see those pipes like running near the engines there. Little cutouts, little bits of greeble. Yeah. Amazing. But it's very clean. Like it's... Oh... And look at those... oh, okay. They have created a very interesting thruster effect using the reflections of the thrusters. Now, you guys know the thrusters look cool, right? Here we are. Here's a thruster. But because of this, it kind of makes the thrusters look bigger. I mean, all the thrusters are like this. They have like this casing around them, and the reflections of that. Look at those thrusters there on the side, and then when I brake here, ready? Amazing, because they're not that big. The thrust is actually only that little bit in the middle, but they've almost created like a new effect here to make it look like that, like big rings of energy. That's nuts. Looks so good. Anyway, well, I think that will bring us nicely to a close for today, guys. We have more builds. I was a little bit slow on getting to them, but I do want to say a massive shout out again to all the builders who built these incredible builds, and we'll be on the lookout for more. It was easy today. I just went to the top. I told you guys I'd be curious who would be the top of the workshop on week 1, and we kind of found out just by looking at all these builds right now. But of course, that'll change. There'll be different builds there, refreshing, and there's already hundreds that I'm yet to see. So, right, I gotta use my boost. I'm gonna get back to the hangar for the end here. So finally, who do we have in the chat tonight? We'll do some shout outs. Standard reminder, guys, join the Keen Software House Discord server, discord.gg/KeenSWH. Join the support site. Keep going with that. Bugs, suggestions, all that good stuff. Socials, signing, we're always posting updates there so you don't miss anything. YouTube, we're always new videos, guides, showcases on the YouTube as well. Streams. And newsletter. New newsletter on Tuesday, okay? So there's a nice finishing shot with the hangar here. What else to add? I will be streaming on the weekend too. So I also I haven't been doing that much, but I'll be streaming on Twitch over on twitch.tv/Zocli, XOCLIW, on probably Saturday and or Sunday. And that actually, I'm doing a lot of SE1 actually. I haven't done an SE2 stream for a couple of weeks here, so I'll probably be doing some more SE1 on the weekend, but maybe get some SE2 as well. So you're always welcome to join me over on Twitch as well, guys. Yeah, I try to get something done on the weekend, so I'm trying to think anything else, to be honest. Yeah, newsletter next week. SE1 update coming soon. 206 coming very soon. Yeah, it's been great having you all. All the feedback, all the support. I got to some questions today. We'll get to more questions next week. But I wish you guys a great weekend. Hopefully playing some SE1 or SE2 and or SE2. And we'll see you very soon, guys, okay? And I'm shouting out in the chat. Degonius, Wolf Knight, Loreen, Labor, Mad Scottish, Wolf Knight, Grabanton, Rava, Lien, Shadow, Alexi, Men, Legion, Loreen, Tigor, Thorsken, Shadow, Mad Dog, Jeffrey, DeGrock, Knight, and the Twitch I see Senator, Iteration, Rick, Gamatron, Indrasil, Ada, Spy Boot, Dem Sawley, Blazing Dust, Dr. Sarcasmo Skaza, Lady Adrell, Aldrich, Night Owl, Lien, Shadow. I think I got most people there. Radio Mars, ZXQ, Rather Not Say, Henrique, Jeffrey. Awesome, awesome. That reminded me, other thing is the wiki. So there is a wiki for Space Engineers too. I saw Ada thinking. So another thing is, guys, if you're new, the SE1 wiki is incredible. Incredible community effort there. Officially stamped by Keen. And there's also an SE2 wiki, and both of these things are a great source of information for both games, but also, yeah, you can get involved with helping to populate that wiki and help other players. I wanted to give a quick shout out that as well. Darksom, I see you there. I miss some people, it's true. So until the next time, until the next one, guys, have a great one. And if in doubt, jump drive out. That will come in the future for SE2. Okay, I'm finding the music here. Here we go. Bye. going for sure. It's been awesome, guys.